To be ready to perform at your best in a real-life interview, you need to master at least 6 learning challenges, 3 that happen during the interview, and 3 that are the focus of your preparation before you get to the interview. Like tests, exams, essays, and presentations, an interview is really just another form of evaluation, one that assesses your knowledge, skills, and interests. Let's start with the end in mind and focus first on your performance during the interview itself. Imagine you're in the interview room and the interview has begun. The hiring manager asks you to provide an example of a skill, let's say time management. On the spot, you need to decide from your many life experiences your best and most relevant example to talk about and tell an interesting story. Your story needs to convey that you know what time management is and that you've developed that skill. As the interview goes on, you get more and more questions about who you are, what you're good at or not, how you might approach different situations, and why you're interested. In each of your answers, you need to create a case. In other words, reasons why you're qualified to do the job and aspects that interest you most about the position. Sometimes an interview process involves many people from the hiring organization. Your task is to create rapport and build relationships with every new person you meet, from that first telephone call to the last in-person meeting, from the receptionist who greets you and invites you to take a seat to the human resources person, your future manager, and maybe even future colleagues. In anticipation of these challenges, if you really want that job offer, preparation is important. How can you prepare? First of all, you need to remind yourself of your best and most relevant accomplishments and get comfortable telling interesting stories related to your accomplishments in a way that shows that you're both a well-organized thinker and a clear communicator. Second, you need to believe that you're qualified for the job. Before you enter the interview, you need to convince yourself first of your qualifications. And once you've convinced yourself with a careful pre-evaluation, then you'll be able to convince your future employer. Finally, you need to feel relaxed, confident, and friendly. And we recommend you do this by practicing relaxation and confidence building techniques prior to the interview.